Good morning student. Today we are going to discuss about second chapter in 10th class science NCERT, that is acids, bases and salts. Before going to this concept, let's we talk something else. So you can observe that when someone is washing your cloth, it may be think it is a white cloth, there is a stain of curry. When they are applying the soap, you can observe that the color of the curry is turned into a reddish brown color. Just imagine why it happens. And one more thing is, suppose in your family someone is facing problem of acidity by overeating, then which kind of remedy you want to give for them? Okay, so someone is going to suffering from the acidity because of overeating. Which type of remedy you are giving for them? Either lemon juice or vinegar or baking soda. Definitely we are going to give the lemon juice. Okay, this is because of lack of acid in their stomach. When the person is going to overeat, so what happens? Generally a particular amount of acid is going to produce in our stomach. Which acid? Diluted hydrochloric acid, okay, which can help the digestion of food. So when they are going to eat much more compared to the normal amount, remaining amount of food is not going to digest. Because of that, they can face the stomach pain, acidity problems. Okay. Similarly, while washing the cloth, especially white cloths, you can observe the color of reddish brown after the applying of soap. That is because the curry is made up of turmeric powder, as you know, definitely they will use. When the person is going to apply soap solution for the stain of the curry, it contains turmeric and we are adding soap. Soap, remember, soap is made up of base. Soap is made up of base. Okay, so base, the turmeric powder is it is act as an indicator. So it will show a reddish brown color in the basic condition. Hence, when they are applying the soap solution while washing, it's turned into a reddish brown color because of presence of turmeric indicator. So today we are going to discuss about what do you mean by the acids, what do you mean by the bases and salts. Okay. First thing, remember, already you studied in 7th class, the substance which are sour in taste, for them we are going to call as acids. Substance which are sour in taste, we are going to call as acids. So if the substance is going to show the taste of sour, then we are going to name that one as a acid. If substance is bitter in taste, then we are saying it's a basis. That is a 7th class what you studied. One more thing is, remember, acid will produce H plus ions. Acid is going to produce which ions? H plus ions. H plus ions, in some cases H3O plus ions also it is going to form. That substance we are going to call as acids. Similarly, substance bitter in taste which produce OH minus ions in the presence of water. The substance which produce OH minus ions in the presence of water, when you are adding the water or else when you are adding base for the water, it will start to produce OH minus ion. Similarly, when you are adding acid for the water, that acid will start to produce the H plus ion. Keep in mind. What do you mean by the salt? When these two are going to react, when acid is going to react with a base, when acid is going to react with an base, it is going to produce two products. One is salt, one more is water. That reaction, as you know, already you studied, we are going to call that reaction as a neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. Acid is going to react with a base to form a salt and water. That is called as neutralization reaction. So salt where we are getting? By the reaction of acid and base. So acid means sour in taste which produce H plus ions in the presence of water. Base means it should be produced OH minus ions when we are going to add a water. Okay. So, generally we have a many substance. Some substance we are going to classify into mainly 3 category: acids, bases and salts, just by seeing their taste. If suppose you can go to the kitchen, you can see some many edible substance will be there. Bitter gourd you can say, cucumber will be there. Cucumber, bitter gourd, vinegar, baking soda, salt we can see. Okay, many things are there. Among them, when you are start to eat them, when you are taste them, among those all, some will be taste as a sour, some will be tasted as a sour. Then the substance, that edible substance we are going to call as a acid. We are keeping them in the category of acids. If some are there which are bitter in taste, example cucumber we can say, example baking soda, bitter gourd, these items we are keeping in a bases. What about vinegar? Vinegar will be sour in taste, that is why we are keeping in a acid. Okay. In this way we are going to classify. Salt will be tasted as salty only. It is neither be acid nor a base, generally it will be neutral in nature. Okay. This is about the classification of a substance which are possible to eat. You can eat them, we can see the taste and we can classify them into which is acid, which is bases, which is salt. Suppose if substance are there, some substance are there in the laboratory, chemistry laboratory. Okay, substance are there where in the chemistry lab. Okay, example sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, H2SO4. Okay, some will be there, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, acetic acid. As you know already, this substance I am saying that they are present in the chemistry lab. They are present in chemistry lab. I want to classify them into acids and bases. Is it possible to eat these things? Is it possible to taste these things? Not possible. Why? Because as you know, substances which are present in laboratory somewhat harmful or we can say dangerous. Yes or not? So, then how we can classify this substance which is not possible to eat or taste? We should classify, I am saying to classify this substance into acids and bases. How we can say? We are using substance, special substance which is used to identify acids and bases by change in the color, the special type of kind of substance which is used to identify acids and bases by seeing the color, that we are going to call as indicators. Special indicator definition, remember, the substance which is used to verify the acids and bases. Acids and bases, how we are going to identify? By seeing the change in the color, that we are going to call as indicator. Okay. So, example, suppose we have a solution say as litmus indicator. Example I am saying litmus indicator. Litmus indicator is made up of extract from the plant called as lichen. This lichen plant, they will make it into a solution also. Solution extract and some they will convert it into a paper also. We have a litmus paper also, litmus solution also. Okay, this litmus indicator is there, na? This will be if you are going to add for the acid. If you are going to add for the acid, this litmus solution, litmus solution, the color of acid will be turned into a red color. Which color? Red color. Suppose we have a base and we don't know whether it is a base or acid. What we can do? We can add the litmus. The color of that solution, basic solution, is turned into a blue color. By referring these two colors, we can say it is an acid or base. Acid or base. In this way we can identify what we are doing, how we are going to identify acid or bases in the laboratory. We are taking solution of this respective substance and we are taking few drops of litmus and we are taking in a test tube. I will take a test tube here. Test tube I will take here and I will add NaOH solution. I will add NaOH solution in a test tube. NaOH solution. Okay, and for this one I will add a few drops of litmus solution. If color is blue, then this NaOH we are going to call as bases. It is a basic substance because litmus will show blue color in basic solution, red color in acidic solution. If it is acid, after addition of litmus it is turned into a red color. Okay, if you have taken base and add the litmus solution, then it is turned to blue, then it is called as bases. Okay, remember. So this is the example about explanation about the litmus. Litmus is nothing but indicators. Again, in the indicators we have two categories. One is natural indicator, means which is taken from the nature, and one more is synthetic indicator, man-made indicator also we can call, which is prepared in the laboratory. Example for natural indicators we can take turmeric powder. Turmeric powder also we can use as the indicators. Red cabbage juice also we can use. Red cabbage we can make it into juice and we can use as a indicator. Litmus also, now I said about litmus I think. Then after China rose, hibiscus this one is called as China rose. This is also used as we can use as a indicator to identify the acid and bases. Synthetic indicator is methyl orange and phenolphthalein. Okay, indicators classified into mainly two categories, natural and synthetic indicators. One more kind of indicators are there. One more kind of indicators are there. One more kind of indicators are there. For them we are going to call olfactory indicator. Olfactory indicators. Remember, just now I said about these all indicators. What we are doing, actually we are taking a sample, unknown solution, which we want to identify as the acid or bases, and we are adding a few drops of these any indicators. They will say respective color in acid or bases also. By referring that color we are going to identify, just by referring the color. We have indicators called as olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators by referring the smell. Okay, what we call as odor. By referring the smell we are going to identify. Means we have to take test tube, and we have to take an solution say as acid, and we are adding this olfactory indicators. We are going to see the smell. Of this olfactory indicators. Smell remains constant. Then we are going to say it is an acid. If smell is disappear, smell. disappear after the addition of this indicator, then it is called as bases. Like that we are going to identify acids and bases by using this indicator. That indicator we are going to call as olfactory indicators. Okay, thus I will say, I will take this indicators, I will say which color they are going to show. Okay, first one, litmus indicator. Litmus indicator. Okay, if you take a litmus indicator, okay, now litmus, if you take a litmus indicator, it is available in terms of solution also, solution as well as in terms of paper also, okay. Solution will be purple color, original color of litmus is purple, remember, okay. And we have a paper also, one will be red litmus paper, one more is blue litmus paper, okay. Remember, litmus will be show red color in which medium? Acidic medium. If it is an acidic medium, it will show red color. It will show blue color in a basic medium. Blue means basic medium. If solution turns blue after addition of litmus, it means that the given substance sample is basic in nature. If solution turns into a red color, then the substance is acidic medium. This is about the litmus. Litmus will show red color in acidic medium, blue color in basic medium. Okay, remember. Then after next one is turmeric indicator. Turmeric indicator, okay, it will show, if it is an acid, it will show yellow in color. If it is acid, it will show yellow in color. If it is base, in basic medium, it will show reddish brown color. Reddish brown color. Okay. One more is there. China rose. China rose indicator will show pink color. Pink, else we are going to call as magenta. Okay, in which medium? It is an acidic medium. Okay, and it will be show green color in basic medium. Green color in basic medium. Okay, please remember these all things. If we take another indicator, say as methyl orange indicator. Methyl orange indicator. Okay, if it is an acid, it will show pink color. Which color? Pink color. If it is an base, if it is an basic medium, then it is show yellow color. Okay, and one more is that last one, phenolphthalein indicator. Phenolphthalein, if it is an acid, it will show which color? No change. No change in the color. If it is basic medium, it will show, remember, pink color. Which color? Pink. Next, I will ask now. Okay, this is about the indicator. Litmus paper, reddish, red in acidic medium, blue in basic medium. Turmeric, yellow in acidic medium, no change or yellow. Basic medium means reddish brown color. China rose, pink or magenta we are going to call in acidic medium. Green color means it is on base. Methyl orange, acidic medium pink color, basic medium yellow color. Phenolphthalein acidic medium is no change, basic medium is pink color. So in this way they are going to show different colors. This is about the indicators. This I will say they are given in textbook. Identify acids and bases into different category. They given different solutions. Okay, this we will see. The given substance here, red litmus, here blue litmus, one is methyl orange, one more is phenolphthalein. Okay, so first one they given HCl. If you take an HCl solution, if you are adding red litmus paper, red litmus solution, it remains red. It remains red means what is the condition? Conclusion you can write here. It is on show the red color. Okay, if you are adding blue also, it's turned to red. It turned to a red color. Methyl orange will show pink color. Phenolphthalein will show no change. Then what is the nature? Nature of the substance is nothing but acid. If it is an acid, this thing is going to occur. One more is H2SO4. Same thing. It will be remains red. Is turned to red. Methyl orange is pink color. Okay. Phenolphthalein is no change. Then it is a nothing but acid. One more is vinegar. Vinegar is also CH3COOH. It is also weak acid. Same thing. Red turns to red. Pink color. No change. No change. It is also acid. Next they given one more thing about calcium hydroxide. Slaked lime solution is there, no? This is slaked lime is red litmus is turned into a blue color. It remains blue. We are adding blue, it remains blue. Methyl orange will turn into a yellow color. Here phenolphthalein indicator turns into a pink color. Then it is a nothing but base. Okay. Similarly, magnesium hydroxide. Milk of magnesia we are going to call it. Blue color, yellow color, pink color. This is nothing but base. I hope so you got clarity how to classify. Red litmus turn into a red color or remains red color, then it is acid. Red remains red. If we are adding blue, that blue turns again into a red color. Methyl orange will show pink color, as I explained earlier, nothing but in a acidic medium. So hence it is an acid. Here calcium hydroxide, red litmus turns into a blue color, blue litmus remains blue, methyl orange will show yellow color, phenolphthalein is pink means nothing but base. Okay, remember, if we take an litmus paper, suppose we have a litmus paper two types, one is red, one is blue. Okay, if you are adding, if you are dipping in a solution of acid, it remains red only. If you are adding this one blue litmus paper in a acidic solution, this turn into a red. Similarly, if you are adding basic solution, paper is turned to blue. If it is you are adding red litmus paper, if you are dipping a red litmus paper, it's turned into a blue color. I hope so you got clarity about indicators and their respective colors in the respective acids and bases. Thank you for watching. In the next video, I am going to explain about the further chemical. This is nothing but chemical properties of acids and bases. Next video again I am going to explain about the chemical properties, how the acids and bases are going to react with an metals. Remember, acid means substance which is sour in taste. Okay. Bases means which is bitter in taste. Acid means which are going to produce H plus ions in the water. Similarly, bases means which are going to produce OH minus ion in the water. Thank you for watching.